On the 20th of December 2009 in the Chinese city of Nanjing, Russia won their 4th World Championship, beating France by a 3-goal margin in the final. That was 8 years ago, an eternity, and it was the last international title for Yevgeny Trefilov's team. But there was a renaissance in 2016. After the 2 Olympic titles won by the Soviet Union in 1976 and 1980, Russia won gold at the Rio Games. And like in 2009, France were their victims in the final. Competitive once again, the Russians are one of the major contenders for glory in Germany in December.
Russia's aim is always to win. In Russia, we always say you have to win every match. We don't think twice.
They have a reputation. The number of titles they've won back that up. So they'll want to grab this World Championship with both hands and will do everything to win another gold.
The Russians are regularly favourites in these competitions, like Norway and France. They're always impressive to watch. We wait to see what their squad will be, and every time there are new faces in the Russian team, young players who we've never seen on the international scene, but who are competitive right away.
With Irina Bliznova and Olga Akopyan retiring from international competition after the Rio Games, the Russians are, like most other teams at the tournament, in transition. But the star of the Tsars, Anna Vyakireva, should be there in Germany, along with young prodigy Daria Dmitrieva.
She's good technically, brilliant individually, and is a good person. She's super. They have stars like Dmitrieva and especially Vyakireva, who I think is exceptional.
The star of the Russian team for me is Vyakireva, the left-handed right back. He's a very dynamic player, a young player, but who gives the impression she's been there for years. The Russian squad is enhanced by the presence of Yevgeny Trefilov. Between 2001 and 2009, this emblematic figure in women's handball helped his country win 4 world titles. In 2016, after a 3-year absence, he returned to the helm of a struggling side, and Russia promptly became Olympic champions.
Trefilov is known throughout other countries in the sport, but in Russia we also know him for the person he is away from the court. Of course, sometimes he can be hard, he always shouts, but I've learned a lot with him. He's a maximalist. He wants to win everything.
Trefilov is really quite a peculiar coach. You get the impression he's constantly screaming at his players even though he loves them. But you could say that he's a coach who gets his message across slightly differently to in Western Europe.
He maybe has a bit of a crazy side, but he wins everything. He's won Olympic titles, World Championships. It's just in the European Championships where he's not won a gold medal. But he's a great coach. He has a tactical finesse too, and it's always really interesting to try to work out what he's looking to put in place with his players.
Yevgeny Trefilov and his team begin their campaign against Tunisia on the 2nd of December, but their main rivals will be Montenegro, Brazil and Denmark in a Group C that deserves to be labelled the Group of Death. In the last 20 years, 5 countries have shared the world titles between them, in Denmark, France, Russia, Brazil and Norway. Who will carve their name onto the trophy this time? The answer will be provided on the 17th of December in Hamburg.